Welcome back. In this lecture, we move into pandas, one of the most important libraries in Python's data science ecosystem. Our goal here is very simple: to understand how pandas reads a CSV file into a data frame and what the data frame gives us immediately after loading the data. So the question is, why pandas in data science? While Python has built-in support for reading files, real data science work requires more than reading data row by row. So pandas is built specifically for structured, tabular data and has become the industry standard for data analysis in Python. It allows us to work with data at a much higher level of abstraction. So let's see a comparison between pandas versus CSV module. So in the previous lecture, we used the CSV module, which works well for basic file handling. However, the CSV module treats data as a plain rows of text. Pandas, on the other hand, understands columns, data types, and structure. This difference becomes very important as soon as we start analyzing data. So what is data frame? At the core of pandas is the data frame. A data frame is a two-dimensional tabular data structure with named columns. Now, if you come from a .NET background, you can think of it as similar to a data table or a SQL query result, but far more flexible. So let's see, where do CSV files come from? CSV files are everywhere in real projects. They often come from database exports, Excel reports, logs, or external systems and APIs. Being able to load and inspect CSV data quickly is a core skill in data science. So let's see our complete sample dataset. So we'll work with a sample dataset stored in CSV file. Now each row represents an order and each column represents a business attribute such as region, product, quantity, and price. And our CSV file is salesdata.csv. So this kind of structure closely mirrors real-world business data. Using pandas, reading a CSV file is extremely simple. With a single function call, pandas reads the file, recognizes the headers, and constructs a data frame for us. From this point onward, we are no longer working with raw text, we are working with structured data. So once the data is loaded, the first thing we should do is inspect it. We typically start by previewing a few rows, checking the size of the dataset, and confirming column names. This step helps us verify that data was read correctly before doing any analysis. Another important inspection step is checking data types. Pandas automatically infers the type of each column, such as numbers or text. This matters because data types directly affect what operations we can perform later, especially calculations and aggregations. So why pandas beat manual parsing? Compared to manually reading and parsing CSV files, pandas remove a lot of boilerplate code. It allows us to focus on understanding the data rather than worrying about file handling details. This is one of the key reasons pandas is so widely used in data science. Now at this point, I will switch to the Jupyter notebook that I have already executed. So let's switch over to Visual Studio Code. All right, now let's try to understand all of this cells. There are different cells. Okay, I have already split the code into separate cells so that each output is easier to read. You don't need to worry about how this is done right now. The goal here is not to write code live, but to understand the output that pandas gave us after loading the data. So first is df.head. This shows a small preview of the dataset. We can visually confirm that it loaded correctly. So like this is the small preview of the dataset with all the columns and the rows. There are 5 rows, you can see 0 to 4. Now this is a quick sanity check. Then df.head is done. df.shape tells us how many rows and columns we are working with. A quick sanity check, 5 rows and 5 columns. And then comes df.columns. As you can see, it shows the structure of the dataset, which we will rely on later when filtering and selecting data. And then comes df.dtypes or dtypes. We can see how pandas has interpreted each column, especially which columns are numeric and which are text. Okay, so this is object, this is string, and this is numeric. Okay, and finally comes the df.describe, which gives the statistical summary of the numeric columns, including averages, ranges, and distribution information. So count, mean, standard deviation, and minimum, and then first quartile, second quartile, and third quartile, 25%, 50%, and 75%. Now let's go to our last slide. So we have already seen the notebook walkthrough, and the next lecture we shall start filtering, sorting, and aggregating data, which is the real power of pandas.